Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Welcome to your lunar eclipse reading. This is taking place on May 16th, 2022 in Scorpio. That is your 12th house. That's where the transiting South Node is, and because it's a time of the full moon, the Sun is right opposite in your 6th house of Taurus. And 6th house rules your work, everyday routines. 12th house is recuperation, retreats, holidays, and looking into the unconscious mind, dreams, and sleeping states. So there's a lot going on here. I will shuffle your tarot cards as I dissect this for you. So once we're done with the astrology, we can immediately get into the tarot here. Okay, so we have a Saturn T-squaring the nodes here. Whenever Saturn squares the nodes, we have some karmic breakthroughs. Things that are needing to go, they simply leave, and things that need to come in, they come in, okay? A lot of fateful shifts and changes that need to happen. 12th house is a mysterious house in general, but it is also very spiritual. With Scorpio there, you might be more drawn, more inclined to research more into spirituality or find your own spiritual routine and incorporate that in your life. There can be more interest in the esoteric stuff. Also, you might get very interested in astrology. And this time is quite nice to, learn those things, and this is going to apply if you have been interested in astrology. You might, pick that up again. Okay, apart from that, if you've been working quite hard and there's a lot going on, then this square is going to need you to take a rest, to, recuperate, to balance yourself out. So there can be a bit of a tension because Saturn in your 3rd house here is like, I want to rest, but I need to work, and my co-workers I have a lot of meetings scheduled, or I have a lot of things going on, and I have to talk to a lot of different people, and I can't just, combine tasks and get them over with immediately or in one go, right? So there can be that conflict here where you really, really feel like you need to rest, okay? So that's the struggle. But squares also come with a lot of energy here. So you do have enough energy to address all of these different concerns. And now keep in mind that eclipses do seem a little bit chaotic. So it can feel as though it is not manageable, but it is usually because we underestimate ourselves. But apart from that, if there are other practical concerns, I hope that the trines are helping us out this time, because we have 2 trines along with the 2 squares, so things should even out a bit. The first trine we'll discuss is Pluto retrograde, trining the Sun, the North Node, and the Mercury retrograde. So that's your 2nd house and your work and routines. So there can be an increase in self-worth because you're working out more, you're paying attention to your diet, or you're kind of redefining what health is, or how much is that worth, what your fitness plan is, or again, what do you want to add in terms of your everyday life, right? And that can lead to a positive boost in your self-esteem. If there have been any issues or roadblocks in that area, expect some clarity to come through. And in terms of the work situation, the work you do every day, there can be more finances coming in, or you draw in, or you want to know what type of work is going to make you feel good about yourself, and you decide to make changes accordingly. So even if you get sufficient money from a certain job, you're not feeling very good in there, then you might, start thinking about what would make me feel nice, what kind of job would be good for me, and how can I make myself worthy for that particular thing, right? So there's a consideration, or rather a reconsideration in that area. And once again, this is going to apply if you have had these thoughts before, okay? Not that each one will get this, because retrograde is things of the past coming back around, needing to be resolved. And many times it's about our thoughts, our relationship with our co-workers and siblings as well. Communication as a whole, it has a big part to play. Okay. What else? 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 What else Okay, I will come back around in case I have some more interpretations. I had gotten something, but I think I forgot now. But we have the fourth house in Pisces, and there is Neptune and Mars over there, and that is trining the moon in Scorpio. So your home might feel very heavenly, okay? You might be very drawn to come home and rest and just spend some time in solitude and quiet. So I feel like around this eclipse, you're going to be seeking out a lot of calm things. You might go near water if you can, beaches, lakes, rivers, anything goes here, okay? You might feel very, very driven, and that is going to be absolutely calming and healing. Listening to, so if you know you're not able to go to any of these nature places, then listening to water sounds is going to be important, or thinking in the shower, that can be very important here as well. These are such mundane advice I'm getting that does not usually happen to me, but yeah, I mean, hey, as long as it's useful, right? Yes, so that can really help declutter your mind, and kind of also, that's sort of like a quick fix for if you're craving home. You can find different ways of relaxing. You know, with the Saturn squaring this, you're thinking as though you can't rest even if you want to rest, and people wanting to pull you in many different directions, or giving a lot of workload, or having a lot of new projects on your hands, and you know, so on. It might not always be possible to relax the way we would like to relax. If, let's say, your style is to travel far and do something active or be adventurous and go somewhere different and stuff like that, then it might not be possible in that day. But water around this time is going to be cooling and soothing, I feel. Okay? So yeah, I feel like that can be a method you can do to relax quickly. And whenever you do have the time, then, you know, take a break as if you can, really. It does not permit for everyone, so if you can, that is very helpful around this time. 12th house just keeps pulling you to relax, let go, surrender, don't hold on. And it's kind of also the opposition between how much control do you keep in your everyday life and how much are you willing to let go and trust in the flow, right? So once again, the water element is coming up and it rules flow. How much do you let things flow? And the more you let things flow, the more support you also attract. Like, hey, I can't do this. Being able to say that you cannot do that much, and not being worried about how it might be construed by other people, but instead being like, you know, I simply can't, so I'm gonna have to ask people to help me. There can be some willing people and friends that, or co-workers that, you know, are willing to help you out. Okay. So let's get into your tarot now. We have the High Priestess. Yes, that is very 12th house. It's also quite Pisces. So intuition, going to the beach, like literally we have the shell on the beach here in this card. That's interesting. Going to the beach can help you tune into your intuition and kind of see things a little bit more clearly, your own situation, by first calming yourself down. Then we have the Judgment, so knowing which way to go or wishing to move towards soul call. These two cards are quite spiritual and very soul purpose attuned, right? So if something is not suiting you and it's like, yeah, well, it's fine, but it's not vibrant, you know, it's correct, it's right, it's the right path and all of that. There is no creativity, there is no oomph to things. So how can I add that bit of color here? What routine can I, you know, take up, which I had left behind in the past, and, you know, is wishing to come back around? Perhaps you want to express yourself through art in some form. Yes, okay. Then we have the Emperor. Wow. That is a very boss card, like taking matters into your own hands, setting up new structures, new routines that allows for other things that are of high priority to you. So not putting those priorities in the back burner, but rather owning them and making time for them, and setting and not sacrificing all the other things around you, not causing inconvenience to others, but also being able to make time for yourself and your needs. That's what is coming through here. Okay, then we have the Magician, again taking matters into your own hands. Wow, all 4 major arcana here. I can't figure out how to keep this straight. Yeah, the camera is a little bit tilted and it's different from my view. Yeah. Okay, anyway. Then we have 6 of Wands, which is celebration, accolades, and with the Pluto retrograde, Mercury retrograde trine with the 2nd house and 6th house, it can also be money that is owed to you through your job that can come back around, or respect and power and honor that is owed to you for all the work you have done that is coming back around and showing their results. That's as well very likely here. And we have 9 of Cups, so you're feeling very happy here. Again, beach and water going on. And you saw me shuffle, I did not see the cards, I had not even flipped them. Yeah, so going to the beach is going to be very fun. So if you can, you know, make some time for that. Also over here we see the sky and nature, and you have flowers going on, trees, and you know, more colors, more things. So there, and leaves over here again. So nature is going to be especially healing. Going on a retreat or taking a holiday will be very much of a boost. I feel like you will be internally replenished. Things will be clearer to you. You know which way to go and what actions to take in order to ensure your success and happiness. Yes, that would be in one sentence if I were to sum this up. Okay, but of course everyone has different situations, and we have a square going on which will not make it easy for everyone, but because we have the trines as well helping the sun and the moon, we can figure it out. Okay, we can break through, and it will feel as though we are in control. We are more the master here. We do what we feel like, what is our priority, and living truthfully to that is going to create a lot of this happiness and abundance here. Okay, we have fill your cup with sacred giggles. Yes, and we have that infinity sign here, which corresponds to the Magician right there. I'm going to keep it here. We have fall in love with your own story. Yeah, the journey that you have taken so far. Wow. Then we have creator air, so having more of that awareness, being able to see things clearly, thinking clearly. Air corresponds with communication again, so there can be a lot going on. Magician as well can talk about a lot of communication. And 3rd house, we had Saturn, so that you might get a lot of texts and emails and meeting alerts and so on and so forth. And whatever it is you do, there can be just be a lot of interactions coming there, and it might feel a little bit unexpected because we have Aquarius as well. Okay, and if you have your own business over here, it can be like a reevaluation going on of how you wish to make money moving forward, or how the way you are doing things, is that making you feel good, or do you want to switch things up in order to better align with feeling good internally as well. So this can come about because you know, you have been restricting your communication in some way, or you're not getting as much communication as you would like, and that asks you to go inward and reevaluate how you have been operating so far, and if you need to make any changes. If not, it's simply a matter of time. Saturn can be a test of patience as well, but once again, we need to do things whatever is in our hands and leave the rest up to the universe, right? Yes, and we have what does your soul say? Yeah, the 12th house is very intuitive as well, and the Piscean vibe coming up, very equivalent with the High Priestess there. It's very interesting, all the synchronicities. Yeah, so there can, if you can really, it would be perfect if you could make time for contemplation. Yeah, because your intuition seems to be wishing to say things. Okay, we have new moon begin. Oh yes, we did have a new moon solar eclipse in Taurus. That would be your 6th house. On April 30th, it was right opposite Scorpio. So that storyline has already been developing since the end of April or the beginning of May, and it will keep playing out and flowing through the ripples for the next 5 to 6 months. So that would be an important video to watch as well. And we have surrender, which is the 12th house with waning crescent. Surrender things. Nice. Okay, then we have immersion and intuition. How is this happening? All these synchronicities. Wow. We have rainbows and messages with the synchronicities again. Yeah. It's kind of what makes you happy, looking at the different colors, that vibrancy that we were talking about before. Then we have enlightenment, which is as well very judgment. There can be new awareness that comes in, and also creator air. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna switch this around because this feels right. Yes. I was not convinced with this placement before. I know it might not matter when you're watching this, but it's just so awesome that all three cards from different decks are syncing up per card. I'm excited to see what this is. Yes, we have prosperity and compassion. Oh my god, why is it rotating? Yeah, prosperity and compassion. So new opportunities, making new opportunities happen, doing things that make you feel good, and just establishing your own abundance. That self-worth is coming up. You're compassionate towards yourself and also others. You understand the different situations that are there in your environment, in your surroundings, but you're also respecting your own needs. And you're like, yeah, well, you know, you're gonna have to deal with this one by yourself. I need some time to myself and I can't be apologetic about it. So and when you're doing that, your self-respect is upping, and people are as well reflecting the same thing to you, most likely in your neighborhood or your siblings or your co-worker sector. Yes, okay. And also people at home, with whomever you live with. Okay, we have joy is the ultimate creator. When I think I have surrendered, I surrender more. The key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. And my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Yes, the Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. I did not mention that before. And the Magician is a manifestation card. Amazing. Oh. Yeah, so what are you choosing to focus on? What have you been working on? How have you been focusing through your words, thoughts, and actions? So what do you wish to focus on now, moving forward? How much of it is set in stone? How much of it is a must for you to establish? And how much of that can you let go? We have two dandelions coming up here. So make a wish, make a wish. That's something coming through, right? And leave the rest. Leave the expectations, leave the house and the winds and all of that, and let things come. Just go with it, and think about the experiences that you have moving forward, because the resistance you face or the difficulties that come in, they can be challenges, because it's not just that we say the words and the universe is like, okay, dear child, there you go. Many times it also trains us to be able to handle whatever is coming. Let's say we want a lot of fame with the Six of Wands. Are we able to handle the different challenges that come with fame? So it'll give us a little bit of something. It'll give us a little version of that wish that we would want in a bigger format. Let's say in terms of the house here, you want to get a house and you promise to take care of it, so the universe would bring in something small that you need to take care of. And it's that attitude that goes into the taking care of something, instead of just the actions mindlessly, right? So doing what comes in front of you, and flowing with what comes, trying to do the best that you can with whatever you have, is going to unlock more and more of your fulfillment. Yes, I read this here and I did not read it out to you, but the quote here says, prosperity depends more on wanting what you have than on having what you want, because the want is going to keep continuing. Okay, that does not stop. There are like endless possibilities aligned with the Magician there. There are endless, infinite possibilities, and we can manifest anything and everything we want. But do we truly want that? If not, we don't need to force ourselves to keep wanting it, right? If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. Everyone has different priorities, and we can respect each one of us, right, for our priorities. So you're doing that to yourself here. Okay, and you're releasing all things that don't matter to you, like, nope, not my problem, or it's not in my hands, and I'm gonna let that go. Yes, and you're just staying in the moment. You're being happy, you're feeling good for everything you have and everything you've overcome to come where you have reached, and you're just very much aware of your life, your place, how you work, and how your everyday shapes you into you, okay? Or how your everyday interactions shape how you feel about you and how you feel when you get back home. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. That was an additional channeled thing. I don't know how many of you will resonate with that, but it came through, so I'm gonna pass it on. Advice for Sagittarius, please. Advice for Sagittarius. Did not expect that one to come. That was a whiplash. Okay, what do we have? Blackbird, the magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. Yeah, with the 12th house as well, it can be unexpressed talents, okay, or hidden potential. Like you do things, but you don't really explore them so much, but you're quite natural at it, and it's just a matter of, whether you want to focus it or not. It's usually a very hidden thing, and you don't give yourself enough credit for those qualities. We usually undersell that part. 12th house remains hidden, but that is kind of unfolding out here. It can be more shift of how you can express those needs and desires related with, again, esotericism or delving deeply into something, topics of intimacy, topics that are difficult to discuss, but once you understand, you develop a great empathy. Those are related with Scorpio. And what have you chosen to leave in denial, and can that sustain you? If not, how can we take more authority? How can we shift our tracks? How can we change our tomorrow? Topics like that can come up here, and it is just asking you to embrace that. I feel like it will come, it is inevitable. There's not much advice for bringing that out here, but when it does come, just observe it, let it happen. Don't resist, because with the whole flow thing going on, observe. Okay, we have Hawk, pay attention. A powerful message has been communicated to you now. That can correspond to some communications you might receive around this time with your colleagues, co-workers, your immediate neighborhood and environment. But it can also be talking about the synchronicities you might receive regarding this, because we do have all these, 4 major arcana out of 6, and so much soul and spiritual involvement going on. Oftentimes it is also accompanied with synchronicities around us in ways that we would understand and are personal to us. It can come through dreams as well, some subconscious symbols, so maybe note those things down. Anything noteworthy you see, or any feeling that sticks with you after you wake up, take a note of that and see how the story develops. As you watch this video, it's fine to start beginning already, because the energy of this eclipse has already begun. Okay, then we have Peacock. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. Once again, this is not about you actively doing something. It's that the wisdom is coming. The qualities are unfolding. Message is being communicated to you, not from you, not by you, not of you, right? The wisdom is simply coming. It has been there. It is showing up now because it is important now. So observe it and just watch it, observe it, let it unfold, and ready yourself. This is going to be the foundation. It's the laying down of the work to begin something new. For some of you, this can be the thought that, nope, I can't do the same mundane tasks every day, or I want to do something that puts me further in control and I don't want to let go more of my control. That can be your storyline as well. So you might, begin your own business, or you might start thinking about beginning your own business and how you might go around doing that. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarians. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope this reading gave you a lot of insights. Let me know your thoughts. And if you want a personal reading, you can always reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. I also have a limited offer coupon code going on, so if you want, you can avail that. I hope to see you again in some of my other readings. Until then, take care. Bye.